The Singapore River is and will be one of the most iconic sites of this industrialized city. In 1892, Sir Stamford Raffles found Singapore at Boat Quay along the Singapore River. The city of Singapore was initially built around the river and was known as the lifeblood of the colony. Being a busy port and centre of trade in Singapore, now the river is no longer a port and is appreciated for its aesthetic beauty and historical significance. The river is also surrounded by office buildings and shophouses, as well as many significant monuments. In this video, we are going to show you some buildings and monuments along the Singapore River. First and foremost, the Fullerton Building. This historic building was opened to the public in 1928 after 4 years of construction. It was named after Robert Fullerton, the first governor of the Straits Settlements. Many historical decisions by the government were made at the Fullerton Building as a symbol of hope to Singapore. After a while, the Fullerton Building became the General Post Office. Now, it is appreciated for its aesthetic beauty and the building is being used as a hotel. The government has also imposed restrictions to safeguard the spaces and remain an integral part of the future of Singapore too. Another landmark is the Lim Bo Seng Memorial Statue. Lim Bo Seng died a hero during World War II after relentlessly resisting the Japanese. It will be preserved to commemorate the individual sacrifices for the country and allow Singaporeans to appreciate and remember what he has done. Lim Bo Seng will be remembered by Singapore forever. Next up, Clifford Pier. In the past, Clifford Pier was a big landing and departure point for tourists and travellers, and it was always extremely crowded. It was also the location of New Year's Day sea sports events. More importantly, Clifford Pier was the location used by people like doctors, anti-Japanese people, etc., as a base and a route of escape during the Japanese occupation. Clifford Pier was an integral part to Singapore. However, over the years, it became less relevant as sea traffic shifted to the ports on the western side of Singapore. In 2004, Clifford Pier was replaced by the new Marina South Pier, and it was changed into a lifestyle hub. Raffles statue was built to celebrate and remember the founding of Singapore by Sir Stamford Raffles and his many contributions. It was relocated to the Singapore River from the Padang in 1919 after authorities demanded more prestige and dignified position. Today, the statue is a national icon and remains a symbol of modern Singapore. Last but not least, the renowned Merlion. The Merlion is the head of the lion and a fish body. It gives Singapore a unique identity as it shows the history and roots of the country and symbolizes the national animal and Singapore's origin, a humble fishing village. This monument might be preserved or even be improved, but will always allow locals and tourists to admire the beauty and gain new insights on the history of Singapore. As time progresses and Singapore develops, the function and the purpose of the things must also gradually start to change according to what is truly needed by the people at that period of time. One example is the Fullerton Building. In the past, Singapore was a very undeveloped country with poor living conditions, so what the people needed was a symbol of hope and a form of inspiration that would allow them to believe that Singapore can be better. However, as Singapore became a first world country, a symbol of hope was no longer needed for the people. Now what is needed is aesthetically beautiful places to attract tourists and also something to remind people of how Singapore was not built overnight, but after long periods of hard work. Just like these continuation and changes, we also have to learn to adapt accordingly to the environment and be flexible to change. When we continue on, we also must learn from previous generations and not commit the same wrongdoing again. This is our bibliography. Thank you and hope you enjoyed the video.